as the dominant species of life on Earth, would be extinct within a year.
Johnny, what the hell is going on in Kansas? Kansas, Johnny, in Kansas. Oh, not bloody good news at all there, Johnny. Well, I awoke this morning to the news that up to 10,000, yeah, that's right, 10,000 cattle in feedlots in Kansas had passed away. 10,000 due to the climactic conditions. Jesus Christ!
Well, the video is heartbreaking, showing thousands of dead cattle.
Yeah, that video has gone viral, being shared on Facebook more than 50,000 times. And now the Kansas Livestock Association says what happened is devastating.
Shocking videos like this spread like wildfire Wednesday, claiming a heat wave killed these cattle in southwest Kansas. And headlines like this claimed more than 10,000 head died.
Yeah, I reckon it got so bloody hot and humid and all that sort of bloody stuff over there, Johnny, that 10,000 of these bloody Angus cows are all turned up their bloody...
It has been one crazy week for farmers out in Kansas. There were the official numbers are somewhere north of 2,000 head of cattle were killed by this extreme heat wave.
But Johnny, you and I, we grew up on a farm. We never lost a bloody... Yeah, no, Johnny, we grew up on a farm and we never lost a bloody cow to heat exhaustion. But one thing we did have on the bloody farm, Johnny, was a lot of shade. And a lot of these stupid fucking feedlot things, they're just out in the middle of the bloody plains with not a tree in sight. All fed-lot cows, yeah, feeding, yeah. I mean, how would the farmers like to be locked up in a fucking paddock with no shade 24 hours a day? When you see stock out here, Johnny, in Australia, out in the paddocks, wherever, you'll find that there might be one or two great big trees in the bloody paddock, and you'll find all the stock on a hot day cramped around the bloody tree for shade. They need bloody shade. Right, yeah, oh yeah, there's all sorts of bloody, theories gonna crop up from this, I can bloody assure you, Johnny. What are people saying about it, Johnny? Was it bloody sabotage? Was it the Russians? Sabotage, like, Jesus. Yeah, trying to disrupt the food chain or some bloody thing.
So this is a very disturbing video. This was shared on Facebook. Todd Ranch King says tens of thousands of healthy cattle in Arizona died spontaneously and simultaneously due to 100-degree heat. If you believe that, I have some oceanfront property in Arizona to sell you. ETA, this is in Kansas, not Arizona. Okay, so this is, I guess he's updating this. This is Kansas, not Arizona.
Was it animal activists, Johnny, bloody trying to make feedlots look really cruel and inhuman, which they probably are, but you wouldn't go killing bloody 10,000 cows if you're an animal activist, would you? Johnny, there's cows all over the world in hot places. They don't all just fucking die. It just seems pretty bloody unusual to me.
It seems like a very, very high number, even for a heat wave of this magnitude. So I wanted to go through what could have caused this naturally, what some of the suspicions are. So that is one theory, but we also know that Florida is a very large cattle state, Texas is a very large cattle state. There are a lot of states with much hotter temperatures than even what we're seeing is this extreme heat wave in Kansas that have not been facing mass cattle deaths. So the heat argument in and of itself seems a little far-fetched.
Looking at a map of the watershed, from Arlington, water flows south right into this area, and possibly with contaminated water. And if those cows are drinking that water...
The more radioactive they become?
Essentially, yeah.
Wouldn't surprise me at all, then, that the government's trying to cover something up.
I thought this theory was absolutely crazy. And the more I look into it, the more I say it's not quite as crazy as I thought it was.
It's domestic terrorists, but it could be either one of those. I mean, those aren't far-fetched concepts, especially with everything that's going on globally today. And the fact that just months before, or a month before, it was pretty close to this event with the Department of Homeland Security and Kansas lawmakers, you had random drones flying over, which drones are often used to survey, flying over the areas that the Ogallala Aquifer covers. I've said this 100 times, and everybody still thinks those drones were used for something else, but they were flying, the areas where these drones were spotted were over the Ogallala Aquifer. So there are, I think somebody had mentioned it's in the water. There are some arguments where there could possibly be some sort of water contamination. Now, I would...
Well, Johnny, could it be the A word? Aliens? No, I don't think it's aliens, Johnny. I reckon something suspicious is going on, though. They're losing 10,000 bloody cows in a... Well, all I'm saying is they've been talking about it for bloody years, Johnny. People are very bloody suspicious about all...
Welcome back to On the Record. The subject is UFOs. We're about to see part of a documentary. John, perhaps you could introduce it. It deals with the 14,000 cattle mutilations that happened.
That's right, and we're particularly prevalent around Colorado, New Mexico, Arizona, and Utah. And it was a documentary made by Linda Moulton Howe for the CBS affiliate in Denver.
And let's take a look at that now, a piece of it.
Colorado are going to die each year from hard winters, disease, lightning strikes, predator attacks, and other natural causes. But in northeastern Colorado, another favorite spot for the mutilators, Tex Graves, former sheriff of Logan County, insists the 93 mutilated carcasses he investigated were not natural deaths.
Is very suspicious is the fact that this is 2022. Department of Homeland Security was concerned about something in Kansas. I believe that to be something that had to do with agricultural production. It was shortly after the drones were flying over the Ogallala Aquifer, and so if we are truly going into some sort of global event, like Pope Francis said the other day.
Who did he say?
Like Pope Francis said the other day, then all of these pieces could play into a much larger scenario. And then would we hear about it is the question. Would we?
The Pope? Yeah, he wasn't talking about the cattle specifically, Johnny. He said we're heading into some sort of, the world's heading into some bloody disastrous event zone or something. But Johnny, there's a lot of bloody governmental mistrust out there. I remember I used to laugh at the bloody chemtrail stuff. You know, the chemtrails in the air, they're trying to poison us. I used to laugh at that, but these days I'm not too bloody sure. I couldn't categorically say that wasn't happening. And that's how disastrous everything has become when no one trusts the bloody governments, even the ones you've elected. The Pope? Well, the Pope's pretty bloody knowledgeable, Johnny.
We're born in that swirling inferno of radioactive dust, where things so horrible, so terrifying, so hideous,